Thanks for joining me for today's video walkthrough where I'm going to show you how simple and easy it is to use WorkPro for your credit checking or your credit background checking. Logging into the platform as an administrator, the first thing you're going to do is send a request to a candidate. Now you can do this either in bulk or as a single request. WorkPro offers credit checks internationally in Australia and in New Zealand. So the turnaround times once you've submitted your check is very different depending on the country that you're submitting the credit check for. WorkPro uses independently validated sources of information to make sure that you are getting the impartial information that allows you to make an informed hiring decision. So selecting request, in this case I'm just going to send a request to a new candidate. I'm entering the candidate's name and their email address, coming over here to background checks, and I'm selecting credit check. At this stage, you don't know which country you need to do the credit check in. You're simply asking the candidate to complete an application for a credit check. So once that application, or once the request has been sent to the candidate, they'll receive an email invitation which contains instructions, a live link, and what we call a single-use token. They basically click on that live link and they're either logging in or signing up to the WorkPro platform, signing up here or logging in. In this case, I will log into the platform. They're invited to enter that single-use token, which is contained in the email invitation. And selecting background checks, and you'll see here there is a credit check, which I'll start. And the person is responsible or needs to provide their personal information. They need to provide birth details and they need to provide addresses. Once those things are added, they then upload a government-issued photo identification. You'll see here the tick box that I've uploaded that. Selecting next. And now they're agreeing to the terms and conditions that they understand this information is going to be processed, and then they're electronically signing the application form. So WorkPro can be completed on any device, a tablet, a PC, a mobile. Once they've submitted that application, you'll receive an email alert letting you know that the application is ready to be processed. And additionally, the check will sit in the candidate's digital profile online with the status of in progress. That is until the application has been finalised. So very quickly logging back into the platform as an administrator, your role now is to check the information, check the signature matches the identity document, and then you're submitting that check for processing. So quickly doing that. Coming over here, I'm going to select background checks and I'm going to find my credit checks. And you'll see here there's a status of waiting for the candidate. So you've sent the request to the candidate and they're yet to complete it. This is please review. So the candidate has completed their requirements and now you're sending it through to the appropriate database for processing. You can see here the countries in which the check needs to be processed. In this case, it's Australia. And you'll see the price here. So if there was multiple countries, so the person has lived in multiple countries and you'd like to run that check in multiple countries, that extra country would simply show here. You'd tick the box, it would show the price, and you would be able to submit both of those checks for both countries. So you're simply choosing next. You're then viewing the application and the consent and the identity document that's been uploaded. So if they're all in order, you can see here that you can reject it if the ID doesn't match the identity. As an example, you're then submitting the check for processing. So just to wrap things up, once you've submitted the check, depending on the country, will be dependent on the turnaround times. So for Australia and New Zealand, for example, it's around a 3 business day turnaround. For other countries, that can be up to 14 days. Thank you so much for joining me on this video walkthrough guide. I'm hoping that you found some value. If you have any questions, of course, don't hesitate to contact our support crew on 1300 975 776 or drop us an email at info@workpro.com.au where we'll be able to assist you further.